day you ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video with Crypto Ninjas. My name is Dale, and this video will talk about Hyperlane. The Hyperlane airdrop is finally here, so if you're eligible, congratulations, you did it, hats off to you. This video I'll guide you through how to claim the Hyper token airdrop from Hyperlane step by step, explain everything. The second thing is I'm gonna be predicting the price of Hyper after being listed, and finally, if you missed the Hyperlane airdrop, don't worry, I'm gonna give you one more bridge to do to potentially get the airdrop in 2025. Let's go. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Ninjas and use our referral links for 20% off of your trading fees for life. Thank you very much. Yes sir, this is the official announcement from Hyperlane saying that the claim.hyperlane.foundation link is finally live, where you can click on this link and claim your airdrop. Let's do it. So I clicked on the link from claim.hyperlane.foundation right here, and if you click on this link with me, this should show up. All right, just first of all, check eligibility to register. Click on enter address and just enter the address that you did the Hyperlane airdrop for. In my case, this is my wallet address, right? I want to check the eligibility, and I think I'm eligible for like 200, and there we go, 223. Not a lot of tokens because I don't really do a lot of Hyperlane. I use a different bridge, right? But yeah, if you're eligible, just click on register now. Simple, straightforward, right? Step one, you need to set some claim preferences. Okay, so click on set. You have two tokens that you can claim. Okay, and this is where it's get exciting. So the first token is stHYPER. The second token is Hyper. So what are the differences? Well, you can click on not sure, right, to learn more about the stHY and the Hyper token, right? But basically, the Hyper token is what you want. Okay, now if you are just, you want some free money and you just want to sell the token and get some money, then I would suggest you to go to the Hyper token and select it. Okay, now the stHYPER token, or the staked Hyper, is a liquid staking token that users receive when they lock Hyper into the symbiotic vault. So when you click and select the stHYPER token, that means you automatically give up your Hyper token and stake it in the symbiotic vault automatically. Okay, so you don't claim the Hyper token to sell, you claim the stHYPER token to stake. Okay, so those are two very different options. If you want to just sell the token and make some quick profits, then click on Hyper and choose it. But if you want to go with the project's long term and claim the staking rewards and you don't want to sell the Hyper token, select the stHYPER token. Keep in mind though, if you select the stHYPER token, you can only select it on two different chains, and that are Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain, right? But if you select the Hyper token, which is, the main token that you can sell, then there are a lot more options for you. Personally, I don't want to stake because right now the market is not really incentivizing for stakers, right? So I'm just going to select the Hyper token, and maybe I'm just going to sell after it's being listed. And because I like Binance Smart Chain, I'm just going to click on Binance Smart Chain. And the next step is to connect your wallet, right? In this case, I use MetaMask, so I'm going to do that, right? Click on connect and click on save, claim address and chain, and that's it. That's the step one, right? Step two is you need to sign your address for receiving the airdrop. For example, this is the wallet that I received 224 tokens. If you have more address, like Solana address or Eclipse address, for example, you can click on add address and you can paste that in. Unfortunately, I only have one. Okay, so I'm just going to click on sign and just sign some transactions, and that's it. Ownership proven. If you have this one, congratulations, that's step two. And final step is just to save a registration. Okay, that's it. And boom, got it. Come back during the week of April 20th to claim your tokens and follow Hyperlane for some updates. Now, these are timelines that you need to take into consideration, okay? First of all, we are now at the registration opens, all right? The pre-registration phase, where it starts from April 3rd, 2 p.m. UTC, so that's like 2 days before, by the time I'm making this video, it was 2 days ago, right? And it will last until April 14th, 3:59 a.m. UTC. So take a good look at the timeline, all right? If you haven't done this, you gotta do it fast, all right? Because you only have like 11 days, right, to do this, right? It will close at 14 and you will not be able to claim it or register to claim it anymore, right? So make sure to do that. And then the week of April 20th, 2025 is going to be the claim period. Okay, so that means I have to wait like 15 more days by the time I make this video to claim. And yeah, you can click on claim, and you can only claim until May 6th. Okay, so you have about another 16 days, around 16, 17 days to be able to claim the airdrop. If you fail to claim, the tokens will be, again, diverted back to the, to the foundation for them to like do all the marketing and whatnot, ecosystem stuff, right? So keep that in mind. If you want to make some changes though, like if you want to change the network you want to claim, you can click on need to make changes, and that's it. Add or re-register the address. Simple. The next part I'm going to be looking at is the price prediction for the Hyper token after being listed on exchanges. Now, first of all, the token supply is 1 billion tokens, okay? Very standard, okay? The total amount raised is about $18.5 million from previous rounds, so way back in 2022, okay? So hopefully, listen, hopefully they're gonna announce even more fundraising from now at the end of, or like before the TGE, all right? Because like, listen, crypto projects, they burn through this type of money really fast, okay? But looking at the tokenomics and everything, I can confidently say that this token might not perform as well as we would want it to be. You know what I mean? It's not going to be as insane as Wormhole, for example. Wormhole, they raised about $225 million. So there's a huge difference. And when they launched, they were at about $13 billion in FDV. An insane amount. Right now, they're hovering at about like 800 million or like $800 million in FDV, right? And the next project, also a bridge, a famous one, is Layer Zero, right? Layer Zero, they also raised about, I believe, 260 something million. So another crazy valuation, right? So when they launched, they were at like $3-4 billion, right? And now they are very sustainably trading at about $3 billion, okay? So I don't think that Hyperlane can be comparable with these guys because of the fundraising alone. It's insane, right? However, I think that we can compare it to a different project, and that's going to be dBridge, okay? In case you guys don't know who dBridge is, they're also like a cross-chain bridge from Solana to other chains and from other chains to Solana, all right? Great people. But yeah, dBridge has a similarity to Hyperlane, and that is dBridge only raised about $10.5 million in fundraising, and it was like back a long time ago, right? A little bit less than than Hyperlane, obviously. And so if you look at the bridge price, right, it was at the launch, it was at about also the same amount of FDV outside, right? And it went up to about $500 million in FDV. Okay, now I think that a reasonable FDV or fully diluted value for Hyperlane is going to be around $500 million at launch. Okay, now depending on the market, depending on whether they're going to be on Binance or like big exchange or not, right? But I think a fair valuation for Hyperlane is going to be around $500 million at the launch FDV, and then it's going to slowly go down to about $3 or maybe like $350 million in FDV, just a little bit higher than dBridge at the moment. Okay, so that leaves the price of one Hyper token to be at around 50 cents, all right, at launch price. And then it will go slowly down to about 35 to 40 cents, after a few days of trading. Okay, so that is the middle case. That is the normal case. The bull case is Hyperlane gets on Binance, and it's going to be at around $800 million in FDV, well, which means like 80 cents per token. But that's like, I don't know if they're going to be on Binance, right? The bear case, however, is going to be like $350 million in FDV, which means 35 to 40 cents per token. Now, if you missed the Hyperlane airdrop, don't worry, I got you, because there is a similar bridge, a similar cross-chain bridge that you can do right now to be eligible for the airdrop, and you still early, and that's gonna be Relay Protocol. Okay, Relay Protocol is a part of Reservoir, a bigger project, right? And they recently raised, look at that, $14 million in Series A, just announced back in February 5th, 2025. And Relay is also a cross-chain bridge. So you can actually do it right now. I've actually been doing relay for quite some time now, right? So I'm very excited for this one. I hope they're going to be launching their product at somewhere at Q2 or Q3 2025. So yeah, you definitely still have time, so make sure to check that out. A full breakdown video of how you're going to do relay. Maybe I'll do it in the future depending on what you guys think. If you want, I can do it a full video. And yeah, I'll instructing you guys how to do this airdrop, from step by step. But yeah, stay tuned for next video. And that's it for this video about Hyperlane Airdrop claim guide as well as the Hyper token price prediction. To summarize, I think that one Hyper token should be at around 50 cents at the launch price and go down slowly to about 30 to 40 cents after a couple of days of listing. What do you think about this prediction? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Crypto Ninjas. Use our links for 20% off of your trading fees for life, and I'll see you in our next video. Thank you very much. Take care. Daily out.